Hey guys, I'm Jim Van Fleet, and I make computers do what I want, more or less. And I'm here to share a dream with you tonight about technology and how that plays into Charlotte's future. So I can't describe all of Charlotte's banking turmoil in one slide. I only have 15 seconds. But the idea that I want to have here is that, you know, Charlotte's banking industry, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't hold us back. There's this next slide is going to have a bunch of data from the Charlotte Chamber of Commerce that shows that banking is the 4th leading employer of people here in town. And, you know, banking doesn't define Charlotte. We have a lot of people here who are making a lot of livings, and that actually dovetails really nicely in with a more and more widely held opinion in my community, which is that venture capital is broken. In 1999, it cost over $1 million for a tech startup to write its first line of code, and VCs won't get any smaller because it's in their monetary interest to get bigger. So how does that benefit Charlotte? Okay, well, one of the reasons is that financial innovation is in our DNA. Go ask Hugh McCall about how he built Bank of America from Nation City Bank. Real success is going to draw upon all of these different industries that we have. And we're not alone in this. Research Triangle Park is up the street, and they tie into this dynamic very heavily. So, you know, that dynamic, it benefits a lot of businesses. Tech startups aren't necessarily unique in that. So why tech startups? Well, the first off is that we benefit any of those industries that are prevalent here in Charlotte, and we can help make them become a success. Failure doesn't cost a lot, and you know, we heard earlier about how great it is to have bad ideas. Failure leaves behind that experience. And because they're so low overhead and require no physical space, we're only bounded by our imagination. All we need is some guys on a laptop. So how do we get there? We need flexible and disciplined financing. We need support because there's a lot of pieces about running a business that aren't necessarily about going out and, you know, making sales and everything like that, in addition to the technical expertise, which I assure you we have in the area. You've seen a little bit of it on this stage already. So what are other cities doing? How does Charlotte play into that? Well, in Silicon Valley, in Boston, Boulder, and Seattle, they have a couple of companies who are beginning to establish a successful model for seeding. They say, we're going to give you 20 grand for a small team, we're going to put a roof over your head, we're going to pay for your food, and we're going to take a slice of equity in return, and we're going to give you access to a network of successful professional people. Well, you know what? We already have a lot of that here in town. We have WED3. We're going to have a speaker from them on this very stage later tonight. IMAF Charlotte. I met them at a Charlotte Chamber event earlier. And TACF. I didn't even know about these guys. I found them when I was researching this talk. The thing is that each of these requires more than $500,000 in annual sales. So there's a little bit of a gap that you have to bridge as a startup company to get there. But there's good news still, because even within the city of Charlotte, we have a city-funded initiative called selfhelp.org, which is all about getting loans in and fielding loans for small businesses here in the city. There's not too much of a technical bent yet, but they're all about making an impact with these loans. Impact like the one that Tyler Ford has had down at Lightbulb Co-working. He's managed to take a loan, not from self-help, but he has turned it into a free desk for himself, a dynamic workplace, which is great. I encourage you guys to all go visit. Another place I encourage you to go visit is Area 15, which is 21 blocks down Davidson. That's in the heart of my community. We've got Ben and Dwayne, who are one of the sponsors here. They both have offices down there. Ben's got a lot of experience. Go look him up. Start Charlotte and Area 15 are both involved in sponsoring the most successful startup event that we have here in Charlotte so far, which is the Bar Camp. A lot of you may have been. You can see from the picture here, it's pretty popular. I've spoken at all three. It's great, but we've got to start bringing this momentum into more than just a few weekends throughout the year. And the way that we do that is by talking about it. Get out there, talk about what you're doing, engage with the community. You'll get feedback. People are there to help you. People want to help. I'm one of them. So What next? How do you get involved? Well, go out and find a user group. At meetup.com, they've got meetups for Ruby, iPhone, Expression Engine. It's failing me how many. PHP. Go look for one, and if you can't find the one you want, go start one. Maybe you're not into that. Maybe you've just got an idea and you want to get it out there in front of people. I went up and saw a CLT launch event. Les Porter is doing a great job of building a supportive environment for people to go get feedback on their ideas and put them in touch with the people who might be able to help. And then once you perfect your pitch there, you can go build it. Startup Week in Charlotte happened for the first time just a few months ago. I was down there. It was a lot of ideas were getting thrown around, and a lot of ideas ended up getting built. So, you know, get down there, mix it up, find some coworkers. You know, I only had 5 minutes up here, and there were dozens of ideas that I've got that I had to leave out. So what I want to find out is that there were really hundreds that were out there. And so here's my contact information. Get in touch with me one way or another. And, you know, I'll make it work. Because, you know, what I love, what's in it for me is that I love hearing about business problems. I love hearing about tech problems. I love being involved in finding solutions. It's just, you know, in my DNA. I love that. And, you know, here's a little bit of evidence for it. Me and a friend of mine here in Charlotte, we started this website over a weekend last year, and in our first quarter of taking money, we're already making a little bit of money. We've turned profitable. So thanks very much for your time tonight, and I hope to see you out in this networking area.
Good job, dude. That's awesome.